Hey guys, it's Kayleigh. In today's video, I am going to take you through a prom makeup and hair tutorial. So first, we're getting into the makeup portion here. I am going to show you guys how to create this beautiful, bold, smoky eye with a nude lip. And then at the end of the video, I'm going to take you through the hair tutorial part on how to get that braided bun updo. So to get started, I am filling in my eyebrows first with a pencil, just very lightly to get the general shape down. This is from Makeup Forever. It is the brow pencil in N30. Then on just the very outer corners of my eyebrows, I'm using a waterproof Build a Brow waterproof microfiber cream gel stain from IT Cosmetics in dark brown. Before that, I do want to quickly mention that I did apply the Makeup Forever Ultra HD Skin Booster. It is a serum that is great for dry skin and it just kind of preps it for the foundation, but I like to let that set on my face first. Use a primer before you go in with eyeshadows, guys. Super important, especially if you're going to be wearing this makeup for a long period of time. I used the MAC Painterly Pro Longwear Paint Pot. Then I'm going in with eyeshadows, all from this awesome palette that I love from Smashbox. It's their Cover Shot eyeshadow palette in Smoky. So bring through that medium matte brown through the crease, starting in the inner corner. You want to mainly focus the product there, and then once the product is kind of off the brush, then you can start working towards the outer corners of your crease. Then you want to go in with a pencil that is in a lighter shade. This is from Makeup Geek. It's their full spectrum eyeliner pencil in nude. Apply this onto the eyelid. And what this is going to do is help create a base for the eyelid color to sit on. It's going to help it to not crease. It's going to help it to look more vibrant, and it's going to make it stand out more than the crease eyeshadows. So I'm going in with this beautiful silver shade with a flat eyeshadow brush, just patting that in from the inner corner, working my way outward. Then once I have that all down, I am now going in with our transitional crease shade. So this is sort of like a darker kind of bronzy color. With a pencil brush, you want to put this right in between the crease and the eyelid shadow. So it is going to act as a transition between those two shades, but you don't want to leave it like that. You absolutely have to blend this out. So just take your blending brush you used before, a little bit more of that matte brown shadow, and then that'll help to just kind of blend out the edges a little bit up into that outer crease area. Take a black pencil, also from Makeup Geek, and I believe this is in the shade Obsidian. Apply this sort of at an angle, and you want to focus it on the outer corner of the eye and keep it close to the lash line, but then angle it upwards as you get further out. That like gray kind of charcoal shade, blend it out with that up into the V of the eye. So not all the way up into the crease, but like right before that. So we're just creating a nice kind of smoke effect here and really making the eyes darker as they go outward. I am now patting over top of the eyelid this Nightlife pigment from Makeup Geek. I'm just using a blending brush to apply this because at first I had thought I just wanted a very light layer of it, but then as I started applying it over the silver, I really liked the way it looked, so I actually went over with a few like heavy layers of it, and I thought it looked so pretty. So yeah, you guys can choose like whatever color pigment you want, but I liked this color in particular over the silver. I thought it was perfect for a prom kind of dramatic look. So once you're finished with that, then you can go in with your liquid liner. I used the ICO waterproof lash enhancing liquid pen in carbon black. I winged my eyeliner out slightly, but I tried to keep it on the thinner side, and I did bring it all the way in to the inner corners. As for lashes, I didn't really have like an exact pair that I wanted to wear for this look, so I decided to just randomly use these e.l.f. Maximum Drama Luxe lashes. I felt like they were a little bit there's too many lashes in the inner corner, so I kind of had to go in with my scissors and cut a little bit of that out. But once I got the right shape of the lashes down, I put them on, I curled them. I thought they looked awesome. This is my first time ever wearing e.l.f. eyelashes, so yeah, I was very pleasantly surprised with how beautiful that they looked. So yeah, go ahead and pop on your favorite pair of lashes. We'll go in with mascara in a little bit. I just really wanted to let them set on the eye, let that glue set. and I used a primer on the face, Master Prime by Maybelline in Blur and Illuminate first. Then I used a Complexion Rescue Tinted Hydrating Gel Cream from Bare Minerals and blended that in. I just have it in a light shade. It's way too light for me, but I really love how hydrating it feels on my face, and I like that it gives a little bit of coverage. It's a natural 05. Definitely need to get a darker color in that, but it always makes my foundation look flawless. I used the Smashbox Studio Skin 15 Hour Wear Foundation, and this is in the shade 2.2. I love this golden shade. I just blended it in with a oval brush. This is a really good foundation. It feels very lightweight, but it stays on for a long period of time, which is really nice. You don't have to worry about your foundation fading. And then as concealer, I love to put down like a base first, just to kind of help brighten things. So I used my OFRA Dermatones Color Wheel. I mixed that lightest shade and a little bit of a yellowy toned shade under the eye area first. And then over that, I applied my actual concealer, which was the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye in neutral medium. I'm using a smaller oval brush to do this. I love using oval brushes, especially for professional looks. You know, when you really want your makeup to look flawless, it just makes your pores like completely disappear, and it just blends on the product so beautifully. So once I got the concealer down, I decided to go in with a cream bronzer. This is the one that is from LA Girl, and it's called the HD Pro Conceal, and I have it in the shade Almond. I love putting this on the outer corners of my face, blending that out with a oval brush, and then I'll use my EcoTools blending sponge to just kind of further press that into the skin. This is a great technique to do if you know you're gonna be on film or taking a lot of pictures. So I also decided to contour my nose a little bit with that, and then I blended it out with my, like whatever was left on my concealer oval brush. Then to finally set the concealer in place so that it doesn't move, and to mattify things down, you don't want any shine or any oiliness, I went in with the Bare Minerals Mineral Veil. This stuff is so good. It has like a pink undertone to it, so it's a little different than a yellow undertone, but it looks so bright, which I really love, and this is one that I know works well if you're going to be taking pictures. Then I wanted to set the bronzer, so I used my Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, that like medium tone bronzy shade there, and just kind of ran that through the outer corners of my face. And as my blush today, I decided to go in with the Makeup Geek Infatuation. It's one of my most favorite blushes. It's got this beautiful peachy warmth to it. A little bit of highlight. This is from OFRA Cosmetics. It is in Blissful to the high points of my face. So the cheekbones, tip of the nose, and also on my brow bones. So to finish off the lower lash line, all you have to do is use a pencil brush, blend through that matte brown shadow, and blend it down pretty far, because usually when I do a smoky eye, I like to blend my lower lash line further than I usually would, just to make my eyes appear bigger. Then on the outer corners, you want to apply that bronzy shimmery shade and kind of bring it in slightly, but not all the way to the inner corner like we did with the other eyeshadow. And then you want to bring through the charcoal kind of darker black eyeshadow in just the outer corners of the lower lash line. Once you're finished with that, you can apply your mascara now. I used the Julep Buildable Lengthening Mascara. I applied that to the top lashes just to blend them into my falsies, and to also kind of further make my falsies more defined. And then I applied it to the lower lashes as well. Something I always do when I want a long-lasting lip, but also just because I'm doing a lighter nude lip, is to actually block out the color of my lips by applying a foundation with an EcoTools. Well, it doesn't have to be EcoTools, but I really like this blending sponge. You just pat the foundation over top the lips, and then pat on a little bit of powder to set it, and then you can go in with your lip products like you usually would. So I lined my lips first with the lip pencil from Gerard Cosmetics in Nude, and I left a little bit of the center of both bottom and top lip open so that I could apply this shade that we had used on the eyelid, the Full Spectrum Makeup Geek Eyeliner Pencil in Nude. Apply that to the center of the lips, and then you can go in with your nude lipstick. It can be a gloss, it can be a liquid lipstick, just a regular lipstick, whatever it is that you want it to be. Just go over that and your lips will look perfect. I used the OFRA Long Lasting Liquid Lipstick in Nude Potion. I decided to go back in and just kind of draw that lip liner back in slightly on the outer corners of both bottom and top lip. And then finally, to set the makeup in place for the night, I use the Makeup Forever Mist and Fix Spray. So moving on to the hair, first thing you want to do is tease the crown section. I'm using a Denman D3 brush just to build some volume back there. Then you want to split or section off the bang area of your hair, and actually a little bit more than that too. So just kind of like draw a line with your finger all the way down a little bit past your ear, separate that out, and tie it with an elastic so that it's out of the way. Also, you don't want to forget to create a pretty dramatic side part, because basically with that hair that we're using, that we sectioned off, you're going to be doing a braid with it. So make sure you have enough hair to be able to do the braid. And then you can go ahead and just kind of pull the crown section of hair back, give it a little twist, tug at the top to give it some extra volume, and then pin it in place in the back by crisscrossing 2 bobby pins so that it stays in place. So this part is optional, but I have short hair and I really wanted a big voluminous bun. So in order to do this, you're going to have to create a tiny little ponytail in the back of your hair that you can clip your extensions around. Make sure you're leaving enough hair in the back that you can cover the extensions. So what I like to do is just kind of split it in half, take that little section of hair, pin it up out of the way, and then make my ponytail, and then clip in my extensions. And once you're done, you can release the bobby pin and pull all the hair into a ponytail, tie it with an elastic, and you are done. I only used 2 wefts of extensions, but of course you can use more if you want a more voluminous look. Get a bun maker. You can buy these at any drugstore, at Walmart, Target, any place like that. Put that on, pull the ponytail through the bun maker and then pin it in place so that it doesn't move. The last thing you want is your bun maker to fall out while you're dancing. That would be really bad and really embarrassing. So to create the bun, all you have to do is take a section of hair, twist it, spray it really good with some hairspray, and then just slowly start to pull apart the twist, going from the bottom all the way to the top. Pull it up, over, onto the top of the bun. So basically what this bun maker is doing is creating more volume for your bun. So if you are someone who has thin hair like I do, or if you're using extensions and you just don't want to use a lot of them, then this is going to really help you out because it just gives the illusion of more hair. So once you have pinned that first piece of hair up and onto the bun maker, and by the way, you can pin the bobby pins directly into the bun maker. It's great. So you just pin it right into the bun maker. It'll stay in place, and then you can pull apart that piece of hair to cover the bun maker more. And then you want to take your second piece of hair, do the same thing, just twist it, spray it, pull it apart, and again, bring it up on top of the bun maker. Rearrange it how you like it and pin it in place. And then again, once you're done pinning, you have to kind of fluff it out and just pin some more just to make sure that the bun maker isn't showing. So again, I'm just going to repeat the same thing by twisting this last little section of hair here, give it a good spray, and pull it apart. Now, one little tip, if you have trouble pulling it apart like I did here, all you have to do is just give your hair a little shake. Just kind of shake it while you're pulling it, and it'll come apart so much more easily. So you don't have to tug really hard or anything like that. Bring it up, over, and pin it right into that bun maker, and your bun is finished. Just double check by holding a mirror behind you, to make sure that your bun maker is not showing, or you can have a friend kind of adjust it for you so that it is perfect. And then make sure to spray it in place so that your hair does not move. So then the last part of this look is to create the braid. So you want to create 3 small sections at the very top, right where your part is, and make sure you're leaving hair on either side of the braid, because what we're going to do is create a Dutch braid. To create a Dutch braid, if you don't already know how to, it is very simple. All you're doing is bringing one end under the middle and then the opposite end under the middle, and you just keep repeating this process. But as you're doing this, you're grabbing hair from that side first, adding it to that strand, and then bringing it under the middle. And then that piece now becomes the middle. So then you grab some hair on the other side, add it to that strand, and bring that strand under the middle. And you just keep repeating this over and over again until you've got all of the hair that you had sectioned away into the braid. So you'll probably finish like around your ear level. And then go ahead and do just a regular braid with the rest of it, tie it with an elastic, and spray it in place. Spraying it in place is definitely essential, guys, because when you're working with braids, especially if you have thin hair or short hair, a lot of times what will happen is as you're pulling it, all of the hair is going to fall out. So make sure you spray it so that way when you're pulling it and making the braid bigger, it still is in that braid form. Go ahead and pull that back right up and over onto the top of your bun and pin that in place. I only needed one bobby pin and it stayed there perfectly. If your hair happens to be longer than mine, you can just kind of wrap it around the entirety of the bun. That would look really cool, and then pin it. I also made my braid a little bit bigger on the side there by pulling it apart. And then I wasn't sure how I wanted to do my bangs. If you want to, you can just pull out a few tiny little face framing pieces. What I ended up doing was just actually pulling out my entire like bang section in the fronts. It was basically enough bang that I could twist it like I'm doing here and then pin it right underneath the braid. So I really liked the way that this looked. But again, the bangs are totally like up to you. You can do whatever you prefer with them. You can actually bring them all back into the braid and have no bangs at all and just the braid. Whatever it is that you guys want to do, you can go ahead and do that and then spray it in place. Last little step is to use your highlighter right on your collarbones just to bring some more attention there. It'll look really nice in pictures, I promise. And then I'm going to go ahead and zip up my outfit and show you guys the finished look. So that's it for this video. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, please leave a like for me down below. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and click on that little bell so that you get notifications every time I upload. And I will see all of you guys in my next video. Bye.